Let's go. All right.
We're off to a great start.
And hello. Welcome to our bi-weekly episode of Jess. Oh, the synchronicity.
You know
wow.
what? It's just we've known each other for so long.
Oh my gosh.
This happens like all the time.
It's like you know exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. I was trying to set you up, but you know, I was asking for too much. Womp womp. How's it going?
You know, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Turkey day.
You know, my abs are safely secured under like a layer right now, so I'm just gonna add on to it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
double layer.
They make it really difficult for me when it's time to get back into camp because I just signed about agreement.
Hey! Can we like get the deets yet, or is it still like a secret? Because you know they don't like when you talk about it before.
I mean, well, it's signed, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anybody really fucking cares.
Maybe we'll save it for the exclusive Fight Pass extra.
I think that's what we'll do.
Yeah. Just in case we get in trouble for putting it on YouTube. But I'm excited for you. So you got some time, I'm assuming, since you're layering up.
Yeah. You know, just want to be a little comfy for the winter.
Yeah.
You know, it's cold in San Diego. It's been like freaking 50 degrees. It's
I
like,
know.
holy shit.
I wake up and I look at my temperature and it's like 65 and I'm like, heat.
Yeah.
Heat. I need it to be 80 degrees at all times.
Yeah. I mean, just completely spoiled in here.
Yeah. And I'm almost at fight week, you know, so my body
skinny.
fat index is pretty low right now. I'm all sinew and fucking shin bone and skin, and that's about it.
And abs.
Hey.
Look at those things.
Shit.
Oh my God. Wow, Angela.
We'll have to censor that. That's for Fight Pass only. Sorry, guys. You weren't supposed to see all that. I mean, there's nothing left, though. That's the sad part.
I mean, they're wrapped up very nicely. They're like, you know.
It's a nice packaging. It's like when you get a fancy gift wrapped present, but inside it's just like a book.
Do you know who fucking does that? Is my stepmom. She will send me like, you know, a box or like a care package, and it's like in a Vera Wang box. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Ooh.
And then I open it up and it's cookies.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks.
She's like, more layers.
Yeah.
These are very expensive cookies. They cost me $5 each. Oh, man.
Yeah. One time she sent me something in like a Chanel box. And it was like not a Chanel purse.
Oh, she just needed the box. She
got what was inside the box.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
she was like, this is a great box. I can wrap Jess's cookies in it.
Yeah. I was like, I asked my dad, I was like, hey, Dad, I love me some Nancy, but can you ask her to please not get me any gifts anymore? I mean, they're just going to end up in Goodwill into donation.
I like doing the opposite. I like getting those joke presents.
No.
Joke present gift boxes. You know what I mean? So you can buy like joke present gift boxes. Like there was one that it was like, I don't know. It was something stupid like a toilet brush or something, you know. It'll be something silly like, oh, you can poop on the road, or like it'll be like some silly product that you're like, oh, there's no way that this actually exists, and you open it, it's something nice. It's not like you know, a bedpan that you use in the car. It's actually a nice watch or something like that. So I like doing that. I like doing the joke gift box. But then inside, it's way better than what you expected, even if it's not that good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be like, you know, acceptable.
I like to lower their expectations, and then when they open it, they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
at least it's not what I thought it was," and not the other way around.
I get that. I like that idea. I do.
So that's what my boobs are right now. My boobs are the Chanel box. With the, you know, the snickerdoodle inside. Just 2 little snickerdoodles. Yep, they didn't rise in the oven.
You know what? All you need is, a little mound to make you happy.
Just a little bit of dough.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Something to play with.
Yeah. Well, let's move on from my body dysmorphia and let's talk about some fights, huh?
Are you sure? I mean, we can stay talking
I
about
don't
it.
want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, baby.
I'm so sad.
Oh, honey. Okay, we'll move on. Recap to UFC 281. Many people had a bit of a rough night that night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can start.
That was great fights, though. That's the
they were great
sign of
fights.
great fights. Or
Yeah, they were
rough
great fights.
nights
It was
for
a rough night.
other guy.
Yeah. Well,
Man.
we've all been there. But we can mention Karolina Kowalkiewicz, a previous opponent of mine, who I love. I know that it bothers you how much I love her, but I love her.
Weird.
I know. Whatever.
You're weird.
Whatever. I just feel like she wouldn't, kill plants if I gave them to her like you did.
Oh, well.
I feel like Dakota wouldn't either.
Man,
If I gave her the aloe plant that I gave you, it would still be alive.
Dakota would buy a new plant after she killed it and act like it was the one you gave her because she's a fake bitch.
Oh.
I've heard
from
people.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything.
I was like, I just feel like we would be friends.
No.
I think we would all hang out.
Maybe, I could get her number for you after I whoop that ass next week.
I'll get it myself. It's fine.
I don't know. It's really hard for me to get down with past opponents. It really is. I don't know.
You know what? I'm getting older and wiser. And
wow.
Yeah. I've learned to appreciate some of my past opponents.
Their journey, their individual pursuit of the same goals that you're pursuing.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of.
There's one or two.
There's one or two.
I get that. It's just hard for me to, I don't know, see myself bonding with someone who I fought because I'm always going to be thinking about, especially if I lost, I'm always thinking about man, fuck you. I always feel like I'd want to punch him in the back of the head at some point while we're hanging out. I'm petty. That's a problem. That's something I have to work on. Maybe I need therapy or something, but
I mean,
to get over
all.
Just to get over that. But I think once I retire, because I'll be watching someone and hating on them like a motherfucker. And as soon as they move up a weight class, I'm like, hey girl,
she's so cool. I want to hang out with her.
She's sweet. I never noticed how cute she was. Oh my God, I love her style. As soon as they move up a weight class.
I get that.
And then when they talk about going back down, I'm like, fuck that bitch.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Again,
I still got
I'm
that petty in me.
I'm just saying one or two.
Yeah, okay. I think we can both bond on that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Karolina, she was actually fighting someone who I recently bonded with, Silvana Juarez. She trains at Intram. So
weird that you just said that you bonded with somebody in your weight class.
I didn't fight. We fought in the gym. So that's different. That's like warriors training, to fight another team of warriors. You know what I mean? You're on a battlefield, and in order to get to the battlefield and have a successful battle and win the war, you have to fight your friends and learn and grow
she's
together.
Your friend now. Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying we're warriors on the same battlefield.
Well, you keep making friends in your weight class, you're not going to have many more people to fight, honey, because you've already fought everybody in the division.
Hey, as long as they're not ranked, I think I'll be okay. I stay away from the ranked girls.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was fighting a girl that I got to train with at Intram, and there was like a little bit of weirdness.
I was just gonna bring that up
afterwards. Like, what
the fuck was that?
were they thinking?
Okay, so if you guys don't know what we're referring to, which I'm pretty sure everybody does, and I still don't exactly understand what exactly was going on, but basically they were about to announce, who won the fight, and it was a pretty close fight. I mean, I gave it to Carolina.
Yeah.
But, you could look at it from another perspective and be like, I don't know.
We've seen crazier decisions. If it had gone to Silvana, we've seen
worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then one of the judges comes running in to the octagon and grabs the paper and starts writing the numbers, and you're like, clearly they misscored something, or maybe they were like, oh wait, that wasn't the girl. Oh, that's the girl. Oh, my bad. I'm not exactly sure what they were thinking, but basically they corrected the scorecards like in the octagon. It was
just so wild how something crazy always happens in New York.
Fucking New York.
New York, they're insane.
And my commissioner was like in there, and I just saw him like hovering, standing over them like at every aspect, and I was just like, bro, just back up. You see the other guy? He's giving the other guy some space.
Is that the guy that was like giving you hell when you did your medicals and stuff?
No.
Who's your commissioner?
I forget who the commissioner was, but I saw him. He was the bald guy.
Yeah, but what was your experience with him when you fought in Long Island?
It was just it was a lot. He was nice enough, but he was a lot. Like there was not a lot of space.
Oh yeah, the guy in the warm up room.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And so in New York, the commissioner is like your commissioner the whole time,
right?
And he took his job very seriously. He was up in my space the whole time. And so anytime you're sitting on the stool in between rounds, they have to go in there. And, when I walked into the octagon for the first time, he was there standing next to me. And then when I got out of the octagon, he was there waiting. And I'm just like, my God, take a break, guy. But then you look at the other commissioners, and they were a little bit more relaxed. They're a little bit more chill. They were like,
He probably thinks they're all slacking.
Maybe.
He won Employee of the Month.
He was trying to get that gold star.
Oh man.
I hope he got it, because
he might have got it that night. He might have got
job.
it at 281, man, because it sounds like he was all up in their business, making sure something happened. Even if it was in view of the millions of people watching.
No, the people in New York that pissed me off were the freaking doctors. I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yep.
I'm hangry. I'm dehydrated. Just don't make me try and do math, reverse, and memorize things. And I don't know. I'm like, ask me after I've had something to eat.
Yeah.
Preferably a carb. I'll be in a much better mood.
Just one carb. Just give me a carb break.
Please. God, just stop asking me questions.
Oh, man.
I would barely know the answer to these if I was fully hydrated and had food.
Exactly.
It was rough.
Yeah, New York can be a little much. And I think it's because they're new too. They're new to it. They're one of the last states to legalize MMA. So the commission is still a few years behind the other ones that started, especially one like Vegas, where it's been, legal. MMA's been legal for the longest.
That's very nice of you, but they've been doing boxing forever.
Boxing is different. Then they try to apply boxing rules to MMA. Like, remember our poor friend Pearl Gonzalez. They were all
Juarez had boobs.
all up in her business. I mean, obviously, it's not a big deal.
Well, now it's not.
Yeah.
And thank goodness, because your new bestie in Tijuana has fakies.
Who knows if
they're huge.
Oh man,
I'm just better because I don't have boobs.
I gotta say they do mess up. When I'm trying to hit that uppercut up the middle, like blocked. Come on, get those things out the way. So you got like you got more hands to parry things, you know? Like it's a little more difficult. Hitting the angle and trying to split up the middle.
It was strategic.
Yeah, it is. I think it worked out for her a little bit in the fight, at least. But yeah, it's obviously not a problem because Pro was able to fight, you know, after declaring it, and they made a big fuss and like got news articles out about it. And you know, my girl was able to fight Carolina, but that image of the commissioner writing the scorecard and like Xing out his math and changing it is so iconic. Like it's so funny. And the only thing that makes me mad, because I feel like they got the scores right, but the only thing that makes me mad is imagine how many times they fucked up and they didn't run in and fix it.
Right?
Why would you say that it's wrong? You know, like there's no what do you call it? Accountability for the commissioners to fix a mistake that they made. You know,
Absolutely.
the judges, the commission, whatever. So that part makes me mad because it's so easy to fuck up, and who's gonna check the
And
math?
we just saw it firsthand.
Yeah, we saw it.
So I wonder, like, if we could go back in the logs of fight cards and, like, you know, redo the math and see if there's a possibility that they were added up improperly.
It's possible. Been a lot of wacky decisions this year alone. So
At this,
ugh.
yeah, God.
So yeah, but anyway, it was a good fight. It was a lot of back and forth. Carolina's still showing wrinkles to her game. She has a ground game now, so she's mixing that in really well. And Silvana has that dog in her, so she was like hanging in there, came forward real nice in the third round. It was a good fight. Another crazy chick fight on that card was McCann versus Erin Blanchfield. Oh. Our girl.
Molly, no,
our poor
honey.
girl.
I was like, why? Why did you do that? Blanchfield, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
I'll double check, but
yes,
go on.
Because you know how I'm great at like mixing up names all
Go
the time.
on with your thoughts while I check on the name.
You know, on paper you could see that it would possibly be, you know, striker versus grappler, and Molly has a possibility of, you know, getting the knockdown or knockout because she has great striking, and Blanchfield is more of, you know, a grappler. Mm-hmm. And man, she came out, she gave Molly no space.
None.
No space.
None. Adam, can you take the chip from the dog?
Thank you, sir.
No, you cannot have.
Butcher, no.
Butcher, get.
Butcher.
Go lay down.
It's a no.
Go. It looks at camera. Oh, buddy.
He's coming back.
He's like, they were not letting me play. Like, yeah, Blanchfield, she's just a really good grappler, though. And I hope that Molly isn't discouraged from being just kind of dominated like that. But I think Blanchfield is going to show, and she's shown in her past fights, she's a monster, especially once she gets it to the ground. Like she's nasty. She's heavy on top. She knows how to hold position and get to a good spot where she can throw punches, throw blows. I was surprised that they let the fight go on that long.
I was wondering. I was having flashbacks of who was it, BJ Penn, when he was getting punched on, but I think like Matt Hughes was it, and I was like, he was in the crucifix position. I was like, is this gonna stop? But like, to be fair, she wasn't taking hard shots, but there were just so many shots unanswered. So I had the same thing in my mind. I was like, I mean, technically, like it could go on. It's kind of like sparring punches.
Yeah.
But she was just completely like in such a vulnerable position and was just not able to get out or mount any kind of offense or proper defense, really. But
yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad that they let it go on that long, because I'm like, well, it doesn't look like Molly's mad about it either. Like, she's taking the blows, but she's really just stuck, you know? So once Blanchfield was able to get that submission, like, okay, well, you know, she tried her best. She did her best, and she looked really tough in there, just eating all those shots. And it reminded me of Liz Carmouche's title shot that she had in Bellator. It was the same position, But in this fight, the ref saw the punches. It went on for maybe 10, 15 seconds most, and they jumped in and stopped it. And there was only a little bit of time left on in the round. So I'm like, I wonder what the difference is. Like, I wonder if that was just an early stoppage or if the ref in Molly's case was looking for blood, like they were having a Steve Mazzagatti moment.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's, we can be really hard on refs and we can question what they're doing, but at the same time, like they are human and they have like a really great view of what's going on for the most part. Sometimes I feel like they're drawing dicks in their mind, but that's another, time and place conversation.
They're like, did I leave the oven on? Someone's getting pummeled. Someone's getting fish hooked as they're talking about it or thinking about it. Just to go with the early stoppages, though, let's jump to the main event.
Oh yeah, do you want to start with Chandler versus Poirier?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We're talking fish hooks.
I've never seen a fish hook like that, though.
Dude.
Bro.
It looked like he was trying to take his mask off like on fucking Scooby-Doo or something.
I think like it looked like like at one point I felt like it was in his nostrils. The other point it was like up in his teeth. I'm like, I would probably bite.
I know.
I might try and take a finger off.
I think he said he tried to, but with that gum shield in, with the mouth guard in, then you can't get a good enough like clinch on it.
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah, I would have tried to pop it out like,
Man, so I mean, fish hooks aside, though, like I have, and I know this may be in poor form, but I kind of have a criticism for Chandler. Like, man, that boy does not manage his gas tank.
He does not.
At all.
Yeah,
and I know in this sport, it is really important to be an exciting fighter and an entertainer and all that kind of stuff. But, dude, like, switch gears.
Yeah.
You're not like super green in there. Like, like, just pace yourself, man.
I think it's just hard when it's worked for you for so long, like when he was in Bellator, just full steam ahead, never looking back, never second guessing, always going first. In the Tony Ferguson fight, he said he didn't think about the kick. He just said, hey, maybe I'll throw this push kick I've never thrown in training or in sparring or on pads. And he threw it and it fucking worked, so it's his MO. And yeah, it would have been good for him to slow down probably just to regain a little bit of gas, especially after that big sprint in the first round, because that first round, it was all him.
Yeah.
Or was it the second round? I think it might have been the second round, but no, I think it was the first round. It was all him. There was a round where he was just on top. He was scrambling from one position to another. And the gas tank thing is right, because when he took Poirier down, it really felt like he could have settled at one point, but he was just kind of ADD down there. You know, he's just like, I'm an armbar. No, I'm a Kimura. No, I'm going to jump on the guillotine. No, I'm going to end.
Like, hold still.
Yeah. And Poirier is just sitting there like, kind of waiting for him to make his mind up, So, yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with you. But if he did, would that change his style? Would that change what makes him special?
I mean, I don't think so. I think that he is I think he's a really talented, explosive fighter. And if he could just hold back, just like pull on the reins just a little bit.
He needs like one of those prong collars.
Right? And I mean, it's always, I remember getting into training and in the gym and stuff like that. And I would always hear people say, it's better to have somebody that you got to pull back than somebody that you got to like kick in the ass.
Yeah.
Which I agree, but, man, I think it makes for a really exciting fight. But like, I can use Gaethje as an example. He was one of those guys where you're like, just chill the fuck out just for a second.
Yeah.
Just like take a breather. And he's learned to like manage himself a little bit better. He's learned a little bit more defense. He's learned a little bit, like he's adding tools to his thing, and it really hasn't taken away from who he is as a fighter. He's still extremely exciting. He still lays it all on the line. He's just a little bit more refined. And that's what I would really like to see in Chandler, because man, he like, I feel like he could have like really taken that fight.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. Yeah, he just emptied out the gas tank. And then even the round that he lost, I'm still not sure if it was the second or third. I think it was the second. even the round that he lost, he started off in a great position. He got in on that single leg. He lifted him up, but then lost it in the scramble. And you have to think that his exhaustion was part of the reason why that rear naked choke sunk in so easily, because his nose was broken, he was breathing heavy, and then the arm slipped right in. Like, it was super easy compared to when he was on Poirier's back.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, Poirier is a master at controlling his gas tank and just knowing when to push, when to hang back. Like, watching him on his back was actually like a really good learning experience for anyone who panics down there, because he was calm, he was collected. Like, his corner was yelling at him in between rounds, but at no point was he in like great danger. He was always in control. He was just waiting for his moment. He was staying safe, being patient, rolling his eyes at the referee, which is my favorite moment of the fight. I think he ate like 2 punches to the back of the head, and then his face is already covered in blood, and he looks up at the ref and just like gives him the death say. He gave him the Jess eyes. He gave him the Jess look. I know that look so well. I was like, oh, he's mad. But this is after the fish hook, I believe, and he's covered in blood because Chandler threw a snot rocket.
Oh, God, it was so bad.
A bloody snot rocket all over his face. And then he's getting punched in the back of the head, and that was like the last straw. He's just looking at the ref like...
He's like, really, dude?
He's really pissed, but he's still calm. He's controlling his energy, and I think that is one of Poirier's best traits. When he's in trouble, he's able to stay calm, not panic, stay safe, and wait for his opportunity to strike.
Absolutely, he's a vet. He is a professional. It's it's a very admirable quality in him as a fighter. Definitely. But I mean, all that aside, all criticism, that was a freaking fun fight.
It was such a fun fight.
I was so stressed out. I was like, I am not invested in either one of these people, but oh my God.
Yes. You know, it's a good fight where you feel yourself clench. Like, your hands are a little sweaty.
Oh yeah.
You see the fingerprints in the couch. You're like, oh, I didn't realize I was gripping it that hard.
I started kind of swaying a little bit.
Yeah. It's a good fight. Yeah, I know the feels. Yep. I think we're on the same page with that one.
Yep.
And then what a hard act to follow, because next was Carla versus Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
And Carla was having her first title defense, and talk about rough nights. It's a rough night. Rough night for our girl.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you like that fight? Or what did you see? Let's talk about what happened first.
There were some really fun scrambles. I am like very impressed with both of their ability to just create space and movement and really fight for position. I thought that was really impressive. What I saw starting to be an issue was Carla starting to go back. And I was like, shit. I was like, that's like the worst thing that she could probably do. She started going back and started getting pushed up against the fence a bit from the pressure from the strikes. And I was like, oh man, if she can't get off of her heels and she can't start going forward and feinting and going for more of those takedowns, it's kind of close to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What did you think?
Well, that didn't throw up as much of a red flag for me because that used to be her game. She used to always take 2 steps back and then shoot. But I think Whaley was just very prepared for everything that Carla does. Everything that Carla sits on. Like, she always goes back, especially when she's uncomfortable. She always goes back to the stuff that works. Her 100% chance, always going to get it. And her team, Whaley's team, just prepared really well for that. So when Carla hit that single and started climbing up and like held on to the foot, even though her head was in the canvas, like Whaley knew exactly what to do because they must have drilled that position a million times.
Absolutely.
And I really like how she finished the fight. Like, I don't think many people saw that coming. Like that crucifix position
it was
to the rear naked.
It was kind of like almost like a crucifix bulldog choke masterpiece. Like, no, it was really nice. And a lot of people, you know, they get really stuck on like, oh, you have to put the hooks in, you have to be here, sometimes you just got to choke the neck.
Yeah, just choke a bitch.
Just choke them.
That's all you got to do.
Just chokes, just squeeze.
Yeah,
it'll work.
Yeah,
and I did. It was a really fun. It was a fun, you know, scramble to submission kind of scenario, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, you know, you hate to see someone from our management and someone from our season, you know,
and from our state,
have a rough night. But it was, you know, I thought it was an exciting fight. I think they both put it all out there as much as they could, and I was really impressed.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and I think it held up to the fact that it was the co-main. Like, everyone thought that Carla was going to get pummeled, but in fact, it was actually more competitive and interesting than people put it out on paper. Like, I'm happy that it ended in a submission, and I'm happy that, you know, Whaley was able to get something that we don't always see, you know, and we saw the crucifix a bunch, so I feel like it's kind of trending in the BJJ world. Like, she had, I'm not sure what his full name is, but Hinger BJJ or whatever. He's an Atos guy. She had him in his corner for that. So
he has great chokes.
Yeah, really great chokes. And that like crucifix position is something that like I see all the BJJ guys doing right
Josh
now.
Hinger?
Yeah, Josh Hinger. Yes.
Yeah, he's coming to Legion a bit.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a real cool guy. I like his vibe. Very old school, like hard work pays off kind of jujitsu guy. I'm like, yeah, I can work hard. Yeah, I respect that. So it was cool to see Whaley hit that in an MMA fight. It makes it a notch for the jujitsu people as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we had the main event.
Oof.
Which I'm still sad about, man.
What makes you sad, Angela?
I like Izzy so much. And he was winning the fight. Like, he was winning every moment of that fight.
He was.
Until
How do you feel about the stoppage?
Look, I get it. Like, I'm not mad at the stoppage. I understand why they stopped it. But I also think that he would have been okay if they didn't stop it. Because at first, like, I feel like if I was the ref, I would have stopped it.
Yeah.
At first, when it's happening live, you see him get hit. He stumbles against the fence. Then he's doing this. And it looks like he's fucked up. But in the replay, it looks more like a bobbing and weaving type of thing and less like he's concussed. So that's why I'm like, I probably would have stopped it if I were the ref, but I don't think he's lying when he said he was okay.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know, but like,
no, I totally get that.
Yeah,
you know, you want to take him at his word, and you know, but I've seen a lot of people concussed and not okay and say that they're okay when they kind of weren't. It's hard. When he was moving in that way, which we've seen him play against the cage and, you know, do a lot of weaving and bobbing and head movement and all that kind of stuff. The thing that kind of got me leaning towards like, it was a good stoppage is because his head was like completely down and his arms were like not as controlled as they normally are. So I was just like, you know, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We won't know. I'm sure there will be a quick rematch, just to make sure. I think that, or I mean, maybe there won't be.
Who knows?
I would, yeah.
Because there's a lot of new matchups to be made now that Adesanya isn't there. He pretty much cleaned out the division, which is why Pereira had the opportunity to fight him in the first place. So now he's there. Now he's the champ. Yeah. He could fight someone else. And people would still be very interested in seeing it because he's a knockout artist. Like, he will save all his energy for the one blow it takes to knock you out. Like, he'll just wait, he'll block, he'll dodge, and just kind of try to close off all the distance between you, trap you in a little box, and then boom.
Yeah.
And it's nasty, and boom. And it comes,
like what?
Like, boom. Like a hook or uppercut, just boom, right through your guard. And all you need to take is one, and you're on
that is a
wobble.
Big dude.
He's big as
he is huge.
Dude, why is he so big?
He's huge.
How? Is he on the secret juice thing?
Maybe he was.
The Paulo Costa secret juice plan that Patty Pimlet apparently created for him. Have you heard of that?
No, tell me.
So Paulo Costa's whole secret juice thing, apparently Patty Pimlet shared with him a way to cut weight, like his method of losing so much weight in a short amount of time. And Costa calls it the secret juice. So he's always walking around with this jug of secret juice, and he's always drinking it during press conferences and stuff. Obviously it's a joke, but I think it really has the stuff in there that Patty gave him. So now I'm curious if that's circulating, especially now that Costa has a hold of it. He's probably sharing it with all his Brazilian friends.
I mean, that is something to look into. Mm-hmm. I think we need to do a little bit of investigating. I have a source that I feel like could give us a little insight. You know who I'm talking about?
Who?
I cannot reveal.
Yeah. Are they Brazilian?
No.
Oh, okay.
but they know the homie Patty. So.
Oh yes. Okay, we're gonna have to dig deep into that. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna have to investigate and come back later, probably behind our Fight Pass paywall, and tell you guys what we found out.
Exactly.
It was a really good fight though. I'm curious to know what you thought about the grappling in the main event. No.
Why did you like it?
No,
Were you impressed by it, Angela?
No, I am a striking snob. Yeah. And it amuses me to hear grappling snobs talk about grappling slobs. You like how I turned that around? Like I didn't just fuck up the word. What did you think about it? Tell me. Oh yes, use your words. Describe it the way Hemingway would.
I am not that eloquent. Maybe yes, after a couple glasses of wine. Yes. So it's like anyone can look good against someone who really sucks. Oh. Was that eloquent enough for you?
Which one
looked good? Which one do you think?
Which one looked good and which one looks sucky?
Which one do you think, Angela Hill?
They both had their moments.
Listen. Maybe if this was tequila,
you're so pained right now.
I know.
I love it.
It's just, okay. So Adesanya showed some new stuff, some cool stuff. He showed the ability to take the fight to the ground and do a little something. But
okay, I won't make you talk about it anymore. It really does look like it's hurting.
It hurts me.
It's hurting.
I'm getting like a stomach ache. I'm seriously. It's like, all right.
It
pains me.
Next time we have a goofy striker, you can do the same to me.
Okay. but going off of that, so what the oh my God, what is his fucking name? Jesus Christ.
Pereira?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm getting old. I've been hitting the head a lot. Just leave me alone.
It's
But
fine.
he did show some patience. He did show some, smart moves. He stayed safe. But like, if I put him against a really strong wrestler or like a really strong grappler and they can get him down, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, it kind of showed what you need to work on.
So who do you think is going to make him the most vulnerable at that weight class?
I mean, I kind of want to see him against Whitaker.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'd like to see, because Whitaker, like when he fought Izzy the second time, he fought him how I thought he should have fought him the first time, which was he had great timing on those takedowns and it got Izzy down. Now, Izzy is long and he has enough, defense understanding to start making it difficult. However, I just thought it was like really impressive with Whitaker's timing when he started really committing to those takedowns. And I think that he could give Pajera.
It's like I want to pet your head.
Pet my head.
Pajera.
Very soft.
Can I pet?
So I'd like to see that, but I mean, who else? You're putting me on the spot now.
I know. I need to look at the list, but I like the Whitaker fight too. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that he can, Pajera's like a pretty dangerous striker. He has great knees. He has great timing, great punches and stuff like that, but he stands super tall.
Yes.
And it just looks like there could be some people that could get in on those hips.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, when somebody stands like that, it definitely makes it easier for someone like a Whitaker to plan out when to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Adesanya's best takedown defense is his footwork. He's always switching stance. He's always sidestepping. He's always setting up counters and really loading his legs in a way where people don't expect it. So he can take his leg away, but also load a punch or load a kick as he's doing it. And it's scary. It's scary to change levels on someone like that.
Oh, yeah. He's adapted his striking style really well to MMA.
Yeah. And it's
really
something you don't really have to do in kickboxing. Like, you don't have to worry about hiding your legs as much.
Yeah.
You have to check kicks and stuff and, be aware of counters, but you don't have to worry about someone grabbing your leg while it's on the ground. And that's like a big thing that a lot of kickboxers have to adapt to.
For sure.
So I think now is the time for sure to start getting those wrestlers in. Like, if you're a wrestler, you need to be like calling up Dane like, hey, get me in there now before he learns how to grapple, before he learns how to move his legs and make himself a little more elusive, or at least get back up in a safe and fast way.
Or learn how to play maybe against the cage so you can use that
Yes.
To your advantage more.
Yeah, but I did like his super strong takedown that he hit. I forget which round it was, maybe like the second round or something. But Adesanya had been trying to get him down the entire round, just mixing in takedowns, and it seemed like really taxing for Izzy. But then when Pereira went, he just went boosh, like just ran in, slammed his head into the cage, grabbed the leg, and just said, I'm taking this with me. Yeah. And it's kind of like a dog with a bone. Like, sometimes the takedown isn't pretty, but you just say, you know what, I'm making you my bitch right now. And that's kind of what he did. He just took his leg and he was like, you're not getting your leg back.
And then he had to re-energy up until the fifth round.
It took a lot of energy.
I am tired. It's going to take me a few rounds to get back into this. But, he made it in the fifth.
He did.
He got there. It just took him a while.
You know what? I didn't even think about that as being the reason why he needed so much recharging.
Yes.
Because he was getting hit with body shots and stuff. He had like a little bit of a sprint in the striking. But yeah, that is definitely going to take a lot out of you.
It's the first takedown he has ever landed. Ever in his life. And he was like, oh my God.
This is why I don't do this shit.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to look up the UFC middleweight people, but this thing isn't giving it to me. But yes, I do like the Whitaker fight, and I think I remember him calling for it immediately after.
He was also on the mic saying, dude, that guy is huge.
Yes.
He's huge.
He is very big.
He's ginormous.
He's very big. Well, I mean, we have a whole nother fight card to talk about.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
I guess we can revisit this later.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like the best card. So we could just talk about a couple fights. This was what should have been UFC Lewis versus Spivak.
Lewis got a little sicky pants.
He had to go boo-boo.
Little tummy issue.
Yeah, that's a Lewis quote. I'm not just saying he had to poop.
He's very open with his, body functions.
Yes. He's an open book.
Yes.
So his cheeks. Very open. It was supposed to be Lewis versus Spivak, but that fight got canceled after the card started.
Yeah.
So they didn't even have time to change any of the posters or graphics or anything like that. They just kept it going.
Sorry, I was distracted by the
by the robed man.
By the robed man that just popped in.
Oh my God. Who's the guy? The Playboy guy?
Oh, Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, walking in here like
little
Hugh
smoke
Hefner.
jacket?
Yeah, it was a little rub. Hey, ladies. Keep the show going. I'll heat up the hot tub.
That's for the exclusive content.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe. Well, hey, let's get on this card. On our exclusive content now that you mention it.
Well, then I guess we'll be right back.
And we'll be right back for all you non-cheap listeners for Tisha.
Bye. Oh, got it.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.